Good morning, Advantage family. I am once again in front of you to relay some company news to you. We made an announcement yesterday to our corporate team and to the administrators regarding a big change that's happening at Advantage. And it was my hope and desire to be able to personally come to each of the facilities to have staff meetings and to give you this news in person. But the infamous rumor mill has gotten ahead of us, and I think it's best that I just send out a video for this week so that we can relay the news to you. We will be in the buildings next Tuesday and Wednesday, so you can kind of absorb what I'm about to tell you, and then we can talk about it when we're at the buildings. So Advantage Living Centers is selling. And we have worked very, very hard to identify someone, a group that will carry on the legacy of Advantage that Reggie and I have tried to build. And we took it very seriously in this process to be sure that we sold to someone who would care about our facilities, care about each and every one of you, and do a really, really good job. The last few years at Advantage have been pretty tough financially. I remember living paycheck to paycheck, particularly during my younger years. And that's kind of how we've been running Advantage. And it's been really tough for the last couple of years, and COVID made it certainly that much harder. Reggie got sick with COVID. He's still not 100% back. And we just had to make the difficult decision to sell the facilities at this point in time. So we spent a lot of time vetting out the company. We got references from the administrators in buildings that they took over, and they were great references. They talked about how they are very supportive of the teams, that they put money into their facilities and buy new furniture and dress it up and all the things that we couldn't do due to the funding issues that we were having. So the group seems to me that they are going to really help us to bring the facilities to the next level. The one thing that I'm really happy about, and it was real important to us, is that they're keeping your corporate counterpart here. So it's still going to be Tim and Ali will be here, and Eric and all of them will still be here. So you're not going to see a change in who you're reporting to on the corporate level here. There are some areas that they have some back office stuff that we'll be working through and identifying those things. But the one thing that they really want us to make clear to each and every one of you is they are not making zero changes in the facilities. They want everyone to stay. They want everybody to give them a chance. They really and truly want to connect with you, and they really and truly want to continue the work that we have started or that we've been doing for the past 20 plus years here in Michigan. On Tuesday and Wednesday of next week, we're going to have staff meetings, and Robert, who is basically their conduit from their corporate office to us, will be here, and he wants to introduce himself. He wants to talk to you a little bit about the philosophy, and just have a brief meeting to help you to get to know him and to see that they really are good people, you guys. And that was just such an important part of this whole thing. I will tell you that the company that is buying us, they were not the highest bidder. There were people that bid on us that had higher pricing, but we did not think they would take care of you. We said no, and they're like, "Are you kidding me?" And it's like, no, it's got to be a company that we can trust, that will take care of each and every one of you, and that will just help to make us better. They want our policies and our procedures. They want our systems, and I'm like, great. I mean, the minimum change that we can have, the better. There are of course going to be some changes that just goes with it, but the things that they really wanted us to convey to each and every one of you, and Robert will do this next week, is that they really want the best for our residents and the best for each and every one of you. And so they've just asked that you give them a chance, see who they are, and don't make any rash decisions today. I know that sometimes too, like people are like, oh, I don't like change and all that stuff. But if you think about it, if you go to another job, that's going to be a huge change. It's going to be a change in policies and procedures and locations and all that stuff. And so if you could just stay with us and see how it goes before you make any decisions, that seems to be a right move. Our residents still need you. Your team still needs you. So I just ask that you really think about that. So that's where things are at the moment. I will be out there at each facility next week with Robert and introduce you to him, and feel free to ask whatever questions you might have. And your administrators have the reference letters, so I encourage administrators for you to share those reference letters with your team members, so that they can see what the administrators of the facilities that these guys run had to say about them. So on that note, everyone, it's been a really tough couple of months for us, and we really want to assure you that we had every one of you in our minds as we had to make these decisions. So we just pray for God to continue to bless us, bless you, bless your families, and know that you are in our prayers. And just take a deep breath, and everything's going to be okay. God bless you, my friends. Thanks for listening to this message.